Okay, so I'm going to talk about being a gangster at 13. This is for spectators. If you didn't go to school with me when I was 13, you have no idea. You don't know. If you didn't go to the elementary school or the high school, you have no idea and you don't know who was in the classrooms, who was in the hallway, how everything went down. And matter of fact, you don't know the name of the gang that I belong to. And you know what? It's been more than 40 years ago and I ain't never told nobody. That's what it's called, loyalty. It's called being loyal, keeping the oath and keeping the pledge. Now this is what I want to say. I see people offered $100 million, $50 million. It doesn't matter how much money, how many cars and clothes that they're offered. When they're angry, they don't know how to control their anger. They don't know how to control their emotions. They tell everything that they know. Even though they got $50 million, $100 million or whatever, give opportunities that nobody would never get. They still break the oath to secret societies. They still tell where they're located at, when and how and what they did and who did what. But see, I'm from the old school. I'm from the 80s era, the 90s era, the 70s era. And some of those people were the best people because they had common sense. One thing this generation don't have, and as much education that they have and resources, they don't have no common sense. They don't. And then they brag about everything and boast and like to degrade people's character and put them down and all kind of other stuff. Not thinking, especially in their 20s, they want to say stuff. But one thing about being 20, you ain't gonna always be 20. And most people, from what I see, they ain't living to get 30, no matter how much money they got. So that says a lot about them now, don't it? So one thing about, sometimes it's just time you just have to be quiet when you got a whole bunch of money. To me, I wouldn't risk it. If I had more than 50, 20 minutes, I wouldn't risk it. Because you know what? You have to look at who's really going to be there for you when you need them before you go open up in your mouth telling secrets. And I'm going to get deep into it on my second video because it took me over 40 years to talk about these things I'm talking about. Letting you know I'm a cold piece and I always have been.